Hi everybody, as I'm recording this video, it is the 11th of May 2033, which means that yesterday the patch notes for update 23.2 in PUBG went live and also went live on the PC test server. This is a very interesting update because we're getting a revive system, another revive system, which it's just a little bit complicated. So we're going to go through the patch notes. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below the video so you can jump here and you can watch the little video they've done as well, because that probably describes it a little bit better than I will. You know, a picture is worth 1,000 words, isn't it? That sort of thing. But anyway, let's dive in. So these changes won't be live for a while. They're going to be going live on PC between the 16th and 17th. On these are public servers, and on PlayStation and Xbox between the 24th and 25th. So almost 2 weeks away for console. But I understand that it is live on the PC test server now. They're going to be changing over the map rotation. So if you don't know already, the map rotation will be changing every week, which is a great idea, I think, as long as that they address the idea of not having to play the same map several times within a particular play session. So what I'm talking about here is, you know, I don't mind playing any of the maps that PUBG has. I do have my favourites, and I have the ones that I don't like that much, but one-off I don't mind. What I do dislike is that if I'm, say, playing 5 games of PUBG, if 3 of them are on the same map in a particular session, that's not right, is it, when there's so many, you know, when there's 5 maps in rotation. So hopefully they'll sort that out. I'm not holding my breath, because the problem that PUBG has is that because it's 100 players most of the time, and people are dropping out of the server throughout, say, a half an hour game, you know, they're dying, aren't they? Well, they can't hang around in the same server for half an hour to wait for the next match for that to be on a different server. They've then got to be put into matchmaking for a different match straight away, haven't they? And I think that's where it gets sucked into this, you know, you do Miramnar, Sandhock, Miramnar, Sandhock sort of situation, which you don't want, do you? Yeah, that kind of sucks. But here we go, new system recall. Let's go full screen. Blue chip registered successfully, boarding the plane in a few seconds. So, introducing the new recall system designed to alleviate the sense of frustration felt upon death during team play. Well, this is a competitive shooter, PUBG, so that is the idea. Everybody can't get to the end. Acquire the blue chip from a death box of a defeated ally and help your teammate to rejoin the match. So, what's interesting here is that you have your blue chip that is yours. It's a bit like Rogue Trooper, actually, from 2000 AD. So you have your chip, and if you die, your teammate can recover this, and then they can take it to these towers that spawn around the map. Or there's blue chip transmitters that you can find around the map in the same way that you find tactical kit, you know, like the drone or the shield or the medical, the EMRs, you know, you find that stuff. So there's 2 ways of bringing people back, if you like, these randomly placed things which people are going to look for and probably camp out, and these ones which you can pick up and use when you need to use them. But what's interesting is the way that I read it in the notes, as you'll see in a minute, is that when you kill somebody as well, you could take their blue chip, which I'm not sure I'm really a fan of, because it means that you're in a situation, you get a squad situation, you get ambushed, you get killed by a team, and your teammates are a little bit far away, so they're trying to come and help you, but you're dead. So that's a frustrating situation. You've been killed, maybe it was your fault, but you know, you wouldn't mind to be revived. However, if the enemies take your blue chip and throw it in the sea or throw it in a bush somewhere, you can't come back anyway. So that's going to be interesting. So we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll have to test it. A blue chip is a special chip containing a player's biometric signature. You can obtain a blue chip from any player's death box. Collected blue chips can be found in your inventory. They have a weight of 5. On PC, the slot will be below your helmet slot. On console, it will be below the shoes slot. It is not possible to unequip your own blue chip. Blue chip towers, so there were these things here. Register blue chips at blue chip towers scattered throughout the map to recall your teammates. These towers randomly spawn every match with their location marked on the map. An interact button appears when approaching a blue chip tower when you're holding at least 1 blue chip in your inventory. Multiple teammates' blue chips can be registered concurrently, so at the same time, so you could bring back everybody. Enemy blue chips cannot be registered, so that means you can take enemy blue chips, but you can't bring them back. If the player you're trying to recall leaves the match, a corresponding text will be displayed. You are unable to activate the blue chip tower while holding a drone tablet. Acting a blue chip tower takes about 10 seconds. A loud noise is produced during the activation process. Activation is cancelled if you move, get knocked or eliminated, or press the cancel key. After successful registration, the same blue chip tower becomes unusable for a specific duration. Successfully registered blue chips will recall the appropriate teammates in the next phase. Blue chip towers display 4 light states: red, in use; yellow, temporary unavailable; blue, ready for use; grey, unusable during phases when the recall system is deactivated. So they're those towers. It looks like a generator connected to a mobile phone mast, doesn't it? And then we have the transmitter. Recall teammates anytime, anywhere using the world spawn item, the blue chip transmitter. Has a weight of 20. Once you have acquired the blue chip transmitter, locate it in your inventory and click on it to activate. When blue chips are in your possession, a confirmation list appears. Multiple blue chips from teammates can be registered concurrently. Enemy blue chips cannot be registered. If the player you're trying to recall leaves the match, an icon and corresponding text will be displayed. A 10-second activation period is required to register the blue chips. A noise is produced during the activation process. Activation is cancelled if you move, get knocked or eliminated, or press the cancel key. Successfully registered blue chips will recall the appropriate teammates in the next phase. The blue chip transmitter is a consumable item and is removed from the inventory after use. The blue chip transmitter cannot be used while down but not out, in a vehicle, or swimming. Using the blue chip transmitter while prone or crouching will automatically cause you to stand up. Interesting. Recall process. Players will be recalled to the match after the blue chips are successfully registered via the towers or the transmitters. Once recalled, players can re-enter the battlegrounds by parachuting from a recall plane, which flies once at the start of each phase. Recall players will not possess any weapons or equipment. Health boost, down but not out stack, and items will be reset. Health boost, down but not out stack, and items will be reset. A new blue chip is equipped. If the last remaining teammate is eliminated before the player set to rejoin the match aboard the plane, the recall will be cancelled. Resulting in a match defeat. Okay. More info. Recoil is impossible if the entire team is eliminated. The blue chip tower and transmitter can be utilised an unlimited number of times. However, due to the restriction of boarding the recall plane only once from phases 2 to 7, each player can be recalled up to a maximum of 6 times. The recall system will be disabled from phase 7. The recall plane will not fly. Only players with blue chips successfully registered up to phase 6 will join the match at the beginning of phase 7. The recall system only applies to normal matches, custom matches and casual. It is not available in custom match esports mode. This feature is available on Erangle, Miramnar and Deston only. On Deston, the blue chip detector can now detect not only players but blue chips. The detector identifies blue chips in death boxes lying on the ground or stored in vehicle trunks. Detected blue chips will be displayed with icons identical to the used for detected players. Yes, that was interesting. So, let's read the dev's comment before we really comment ourselves. With our latest update, we are introducing a unique feature that not only adds an extra layer of enjoyment to the standard Battle Royale mode, but also encourages a variety of strategic plays for an enrich the experience on the battlegrounds. The new recall system presents several key differences from the existing comeback BR mechanic. It demands cooperation and effort from surviving team members rather than just the fallen player. It is available until the mid-late game phases and enables play that contest enemy players attempting to use the recall system. While the system offers numerous advantages, it also comes with several challenges: recovering blue chips from falling teammates, finding designated blue chip towers scattered across the map, using blue chip transmitters without being detected by nearby foes, and being more exposed to enemy attention during your descent from the recall airplane. We believe the benefits of recall are significant in a battle royale setting, so we've designed the system to reward players who can overcome these challenges. Our intention is to allow even less experienced players to occasionally utilise this system, depending on their luck. The new recall system is particularly helpful for novices who may struggle with combat in Comeback BR, as it emphasises the importance of surviving team members' roles in facilitating successful recalls. Why limit it to Erangle, Miramnar and Deston? Smaller maps have shorter play times, making it faster to start a new game upon death, and we've decided to add the recall system exclusively to maps without the existing Comeback BR. There is no cap to the number of recalls as long as you can retrieve blue chips and successfully register them. your teammates can be recalled to the match multiple times. However, given various factors such as the quantity and location of blue chip towers and transmitters and their specific usage conditions, we anticipate that players will not be able to excessively recall their allies with ease. By the way, it's good to know that the owner's username is always displayed alongside the blue chip. I still hold on to a screenshot of the blue chip I acquired from my boss. Interesting. Okay, so it's interesting. So what they're saying there is basically we wanted to add a respawn system, but we didn't want it to be too easy. So if we think about the competitors to PUBG, so if you think about how I can't remember how, I don't know how Fortnite does it, but I know Apex you have to collect a chip, don't you? Or you used to have to collect a chip and go to a respawn point and then call the player in. Warzone, sort of Call of Duty Warzone, you just have to have enough money, don't you? And then you go to the buy station and you just buy your character back in, your friend back into your squad, and they just spawn in straight away, don't they? I think with Apex and with Warzone, a revived character comes back straight away. It's interesting that PUBG are waiting. Yeah, it's interesting. The balance they have to get right is that the reason why you have a respawn system is so that people who die early in the game, who may well be experienced players, but to be honest, they're probably the less experienced players. You know, they get into a gunfight and they get killed. They're the ones who really want the respawn system so that they can respawn in, get back with their teammates, and have some fun for the remaining 20 minutes of the game. If you make it too difficult for this to happen, all that's going to happen is teammates will not bother trying to respawn their teammates. You just be like, it's not worth the risk. If we want to win this game, say there's 3 of you, one of your teammates gets killed, and after playing the game for several times, it becomes obvious that it's very dangerous to respawn your teammate. People will just stop doing it, won't they? You just won't bother. You'll say, well, it's tough luck, mate. Wait it out. So we're going to have to play and see what the balance is. And hopefully there's a nice risk-reward balance, like there is in Warzone, where you go to a buy station and you're risking the fact that someone is there, watching the buy station. So you're going to have to do things like use smokes to cover yourself when you're using it. You're going to have enough equipment so that when your player spawns back in, that you can give them some equipment, maybe have a vehicle with stuff in the boot, all that sort of stuff. So it's great that PUBG are doing this. And it's interesting that they're doing it in a different way to the existing revive systems in BRs. I think, how would I really like to see it done? I would have liked to see the Warzone way of doing it, whereby you would go to a buy station and through some sort of credit system, and I don't know how they would do that because there is no money system in PUBG, is there? You don't pick up money as you're running around. You can't buy weapons or anything like that in PUBG. But if there was some way of doing that, you could then buy them, and then a plane would come in and then they would drop back. In fact, I think maybe they should implement a shop system in PUBG where you could go to vending machines and you could buy more ammunition. Not like in Warzone where you can buy lots and lots of things, but so you could buy a limited number of things, and that would kind of make sense. You could just have money around the map. Then you would pick it up as you're looting, and then you would go to a buying station and you would use those credits to either buy your player back in, or buy a self revive, or buy a few grenades. That sort of thing. So interesting. Let's see if it makes a difference. And the thing will be in a few weeks' time after it goes live is whether people are actually using it or not. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. I'm just going to take a little swig from my coffee. There's always a lot of talking in these videos, isn't there? Gameplay. Vehicle. Hey, where'd my car go? Remembering the location of your vehicle after exiting it may bring quite the advantage, but it's also quite common for players to become disorientated and unable to locate their vehicles, causing significant stress. Oh, stress in a video game. To address this, we're introducing a feature that automatically generates a vehicle icon visible only to you at the location where you exit your vehicle. That's alright, isn't it? The vehicle icon is marked on the world map. The icon is not visible to other team members. It will not show up as a screen ping marker. This does not affect the existing marker features. This feature applies to every seat in the vehicle. The icon will be removed once you board another vehicle. The icon can be removed from the existing marker deletion key. However, this action will also delete any existing markers you've created. This feature applies to every vehicle but the mountain bike. This feature is available in every mode. Additionally, to enhance safety measures and prevent tragic accidents caused by players inadvertently disembarking from a moving vehicle, we have added a timed exit feature. Oh my god, massive cheer, I'm welling up, I may well cry. This feature is activated when someone attempts to exit a moving vehicle at a specific speed. At last, well done PUBG. This should have been in the game from the beginning, 5 years ago. Here we go. So, when the vehicle's moving speed exceeds 60 km an hour, a 3-second countdown timer will be initiated upon attempted to leave the vehicle. For speeds at or below 60 km an hour, players can leave the vehicle immediately. If the leave vehicle key is pressed again within the 3-second window, the leaving process can be cancelled. This feature can be toggled on or off through settings. To avoid repeated cancellation of leaving a vehicle, any leave vehicle presses within 1 second of the initial input will be disregarded with only the first input executed. We've also adjusted fixed vehicle spawns on Tago. Now, what's interesting about this is, maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. So, okay, so there is no reason for you to exit a vehicle when it's going above 60 kilometers an hour on a road unless you want to kill yourself. All right, or if you're diving into water, I guess. Because I think you'll still knock yourself, won't you? If you jump out of a vehicle when it's going 60 kilometers an hour, are they saying that you just take damage then and you can carry on moving? Because I think that's too. We're gonna have to do some testing. Or cause I thought that if you were going 60 kilometers an hour or above, it was instant death. You know, like in a squad match. If you jumped out, that's it. You're just dead. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, you wouldn't revive. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe below 60 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast. That's like 45 miles an hour. If you get out of a vehicle, you'll take lots of damage, but you'll still be on your feet, kind of thing. I think you just shouldn't be able to get out. If the car's going at a speed where you will die or get knocked when you get out, you shouldn't be able to get out. Come on. It was always silly that it was in the game anyway. Down but out. We are implementing adjustments to the balance of automatic HP loss during the down but not out state to provide players with additional strategic choices. By decreasing the rate of automatic health point loss while remaining stationary, players can make more informed decisions on whether to stay put or reposition based on their circumstances. We believe this not only promotes a more realistic experience but also strengthens the game narrative structure. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you start moving around, you're going to die faster. While remaining stationary during down but out, the identical health point reduce rate will apply regardless of how many times you are knocked out. A unique animation will play when this is being applied. When you are not moving, your character is considered to be still, remaining stationary. Adjusting the camera position without moving your character is also deemed as standing still. You're in motion when your character is actively moving in water, rotating or boarding a vehicle. So you can stay alive much longer if you stay still, ready to be revived by your teammates. Additionally, in the current gaming landscape, when a squad member gets knocked out, it takes quite some time to recall them, leaving the squad vulnerable to the enemy's approach. Thus, we aim to introduce a new strategy, adding a feature where players can carry their knocked out teammates and load them into a vehicle for a quick getaway. We hope this will encourage more diverse scenarios, as you may use vehicles to swiftly evade rather than being forced to engage in combat or abandoning teammates. Or better yet, why knock out an enemy and load them onto your vehicle and taunt the opposing team. Very good. Carry your knocked out teammate and use the limited interact key to load them onto a vehicle. Knocked out players can be placed in any seat of a vehicle, including the driver's seat. Once aboard, the knocked out teammate is limited to the following actions. Leave the vehicle using the leave vehicle key. Drop items from inventory. This includes moving them to the vehicle's trunk. BRDM, so the armoured car. If unoccupied, you can load any knocked out player on it. If occupied by a teammate, you can only load your knocked out teammate. If occupied by an enemy player, only the knocked out enemy's teammates can load their teammates on it. Interesting. What they don't say, and unless you watch the video, you won't see this. This does not mean that if you get shot while you're inside a vehicle, that you stay inside the vehicle in a knocked state. From the video, at the end, they show someone being shot while in a vehicle, and they still fall out of the vehicle when they are knocked, which is a bit of a shame, I think. I think if they've got this mechanic in, even if you're leaning out of a window of a vehicle and you get shot, you're not going to fall out of the vehicle, are you? You're just going to fall back into the vehicle. Weapon balance. Following the weapon balance adjustments in update 22.2, the Ace-32 has exhibited an overall decent performance, but its win rate during combat has been marginally lower than expected. As a result, we have incorporated the following enhancements. The intensity of the screen shake experience when finding the Ace-32 has been reduced. This leads to an improvement in the weapon stability. There have been no changes made to the recoil itself. Item. The particle count of smoke grenades has been optimised to enhance rendering performance. Whilst the visual representation of the smoke might seem slightly different from its previous state, we've ensured the gameplay remains unaffected. And now we have the clan system. Quite cool this. So basically you can join a clan, and when you're playing with your clan, you earn more XP, which is pretty good. The lobby now features a clan button for creating or joining a clan. Creating a clan costs 15,000 BP, so that's not much, is it? We've probably got that saved up. You can have 100 members in a clan. The clan feature is only available to players with the plus status. Alright, so you must have bought PUBG in the past or updated to PUBG Plus. The clan master. The player who initially creates the clan is appointed as the master becomes the clan master. Upon appointing a new clan master, the former master is demoted to general member. Each clan can only have one clan master. There is no limit to the number of managers. So a manager can create and edit, notice setting and changing the primary language, inviting clan members, membership requests. General member can just leave the clan. Clan levels, so they XP up and they change their things, change their name, change their tags. Players earn a 30% BP boost for playing with their clan members. Nice. Yeah, it's good. I mean, yeah, I guess could you treat it like an extended friends group, basically? So if you're organising custom sessions, especially, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Then we've got various UI stuff, new chest stuff, performance, and they don't talk about it, but I'm pretty sure that with update 23.2 in the shop, Wacky Jackie skins are going to be available. And depending on how much they cost, I may well invest in them. Not because I play PUBG that much anymore, or I even think buying skins is worth it, but purely to support Wacky Jackie, because he's been a great content creator over the years for PUBG. Learned many things from Wacky Jackie about how to play the game, and he's a great positive influence in the game, I think, as well. He's always positive, and that's nice to see. So there we go, 23.2 patch notes coming out 16th, 17th on public servers for PC, and between the 24th and 25th for PlayStation and Xbox. I hope you found these useful. Click on the link in the description below the video to go to the patch notes so you can watch PUBG's video. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.